Namaste, DDs. My name is Sherry Sutton, and I am your marketing mentor and the founder of the DD Marketing Collective. Apologies for being a few minutes late. We are having a morning here at our house. We call ourselves the Panderton House because my husband's last name is Pye, mine is Sutton, and my son's is Anderson. So when you combine Pye, Sutton, and Anderson, it becomes Panderton. And so we're just having a little bit of a morning. So I apologize for being late. I'm so excited to be here. Today, we're going to talk about an entrepreneur burnout. It is really hard running your own business. I get it. I've run multiple businesses. It is exhausting in a way that I feel like, for me anyway, working for another company, it just wasn't anywhere near as stressful or exhausting. We're constantly having to learn new things. We're constantly outside of our comfort zone, right? We're constantly hustling. So we really need to be careful about burnout. I think one of the primary reasons why small businesses go out of business is people just get tired, right? We get tired. We just can't handle it. Not that we just can't handle it. I didn't mean that's a very negative way of saying it, but we just get exhausted, right? We don't create systems that work for us. We don't take breaks. So what I want to talk about today is 5 ways to avoid entrepreneur burnout, particularly when it comes to your marketing. I know it's something that I think about all the time. I want to make sure that I take breaks. Actually, one of the things that I do is I time block. So every Wednesday I do this live for you guys, but then the rest of the day I actually block off so I don't have any other meetings. So it's just my day to be able to get stuff done. So that leads me to my first tip. So my tip number 1 to avoiding burnout is to take breaks. The last thing you want to do when you're hustling in your business and you're trying to meet your goals is take a break. But I promise you, if you don't, you are headed for burnout. So make sure that you're taking regular breaks, right? Vacations, take a day where you're putting your phone down. I sometimes will work on Saturdays, but I try to always put my phone down at least one day on the weekends because I just need to reset my brain. I also, like I said earlier, I take Wednesdays and I block off my schedule besides this live. And I don't take a ton of breaks that day, but I get a little bit of a break from sort of, the back and forth, the grind, the talking to people, and it gives me a chance to just focus on my business, right? Things that need to get done, right? Future projects. So that's the day when I put together new programs and those types of things. So my first tip is make sure that you're building breaks in. Don't think they're just going to happen, or don't say, oh, I'll take it when I can. You have to build it in and put it in your calendar, like literally just block time for it. If you don't create space in your business, innovation can't come in. The key to creativity is space. And in order to run a successful business, you have to not only be engaged in it on a constant basis, but you need to allow enough space to continue to be creative, continue to innovate, speak, so that when your customers are telling you, hey, these are the things that I need, you're able to sort of change and adapt based on them. So that's my first tip, is to take breaks. My second tip is to always go back to your mission. If you have not defined a mission for your business, your vision and your values, in addition to your goals, I highly recommend that you do that. It's something that all of my clients who go through my Marketing Made Simple, that's what we start with. So anytime you're building a marketing plan or a business plan, you should always start with what is your mission? Why are you doing this? What's going to get you up in the morning? What difference do you hope to make in the world? And I know that sounds a little Pollyanna, but I promise you, even the big companies, like the biggest companies, they all have a very strong vision and mission for what they want to accomplish and who they want to serve. So when you're feeling burned out, go back to your mission, right? Go back to who you're trying to serve. Go back to, what am I trying to do here? Why did I decide to do this? Why did I get myself into? Why the heck am I doing this thing, right? Going back to that mission is essential to avoiding burnout, because we get very caught up in, contracts, systems, posting, right? follow-ups, all of the things that come with running a business, and often we forget about our mission. I actually have, it's not, I'm redoing my office right now, so it's not on my wall now, but I actually have my mission statement printed, and I'm actually going to put it, now that we're talking about it, right here over my desk, because I want to make sure that it is at the forefront of my mind at all times. And my mission, just to give you an example of one, is to help women to find economic security and freedom through entrepreneurship, right? That is my mission. We donate 5% of our revenues to support organizations that do that worldwide. I work with tons of different organizations who support female entrepreneurship and financial freedom through entrepreneurship, because I strongly believe it's one of the best ways to find financial freedom. So that's my tip number 2. So tip number 1 was take breaks and schedule breaks. My tip number 2 is to go back to your mission. My third tip is to have a plan that's going to carry you when you're not feeling inspired and when you're feeling a little bit burned out. And a plan is really going to help you to avoid burnout, because when you have a plan, you're not going to be every day having that stress of, oh my gosh, what am I supposed to be doing right now? Or when is this going to happen? Or, right? The more you have a plan, particularly in your marketing, the better off you're going to be. And if marketing is an area of stress for you, having a plan is essential, because every day you can just go to the plan and say, okay, what am I supposed to be doing today? What am I supposed to be doing tomorrow? And it breaks up what feels like a very large project into bite-sized pieces, so you can take it just one day at a time. I have a really great program if this is a place that gives you anxiety. I just launched it. It's called the Content Accelerator. You can check it out on my website, dd.com, or I'm sorry, dd.marketing. And I meet with you once a month. We put together your entire schedule for the month. And so you know exactly what to do every single day. We put it all in Trello, so you can literally just go open it up every morning, open it up a couple times a week and be like, okay, it's Monday. Oh, that's right, we're doing a reel on this, or I'm going live today on this, or whatever it might be. So having that plan really, really helps to avoid burnout. I have one. All of my clients have them. It's really, really essential. So my first tip, again, was take a break and schedule your breaks. My second tip is return to your mission. Make sure you print it and have it up on your wall. Number 3 is have a plan that's going to carry you when you're not feeling inspired or when you're feeling a little bit stressed out. Number 4 is bank creativity when the moment strikes. So a lot of us just sort of aren't naturally creative, right? So the idea of having to be creative or doing marketing or reaching out to new people can be a little bit overwhelming for us. So what I like to do, and I do this in my business, again, all my clients do this, is when inspiration strikes, have a way to systematically collect that information, collect those pieces of inspiration. So I mentioned earlier that I use Trello, and I love Trello because it's got this cool feature where you can email yourself and it'll automatically create a little project for you or a card for you. And I like to think about it like it's like a Post-it, right? It's like a Post-it with a note on it, right? Telling you what you were thinking. And so you can email yourself anytime you have inspiration. I get ideas all the time, like I'm driving or I'm walking out of yoga, or, I'm in a 12-step meeting or whatever it might be. I get ideas all the time, or I see a quote, I'll take a picture of it, I'll email it to my Trello board. Now I've got all of these ideas that I can go to when I'm feeling a little bit burned out. And it also helps me when I'm just feeling overwhelmed, or I'm nervous that I'm going to feel overwhelmed. I'm like, no matter what, I have a whole list of ideas that I can go to at any time. And I know that I'm going to have some content ready for me. So the other thing that I like to do is, especially with reels or with other things, I like to record my content ahead of time. So we're talking about this in my class, The Real Girl's Guide to Marketing with Reels, where we actually go through and bank content. So we'll go through and look at what's trending audio. We'll say, okay, I like that trending audio. We'll do a little video of it right then and there. We'll save it as a draft, and we'll do, 6 to 10 of those in one day. And the great thing about that is that tomorrow, when you're in your pajamas, right, and you just need a day where you don't get dressed and you sit on your couch and you work from your couch all day. You've got content that's ready to go. You've got reels that are ready to go. Same with emails, same with other things. Don't just write one email, maybe write all three. Try to bank ideas and bank some content so that you have it ready to go and you're not always feeling like every single day you have to do this Herculean feat of creating new content. So again, first tip is to take a break. Second is to return to your mission. 3, have a plan that's going to carry you in times that you're uninspired. 4 is bank ideas so you have somewhere to go when creativity is not coming, which happens to all of us, including me. I am a content creation machine, right? People literally, that's what I do. People hire me to come up with ideas for content for their businesses and how they can market themselves, right? And I have days all the time where I'm like, I don't know what to post today. It is totally normal, even for professionals like me. So number 5 is to have coaches and peers to help guide you. This is one of the most important things for me in my business and not getting burned out is I have coaches, right? I have coaches. I actually have a couple different coaches that I work with around different things. I have a network of other women who are also entrepreneurs that I talk to when I'm feeling a little stressed out or, I'm like, oh God, this is just feeling too big for me, right? Hearing somebody else that's going through the same thing is essential. I love networking groups where you have a lot of other female entrepreneurs who are going through the exact same thing. You can be together, you can commiserate, and it makes you not feel quite so alone. Because sometimes, especially if we're the face of our brands, it can feel a little isolating. It can feel a little alone, right? And so having mentors, coaches, guides that help you along the way is essential, right? Especially when you're either just starting your business or you're at that place, year or 2 into your business and you're like, I'm really ready to grow, right? I know what I'm doing. I've got my feet kind of solidly on the ground. I know what my product line is. I know who my target market is. I just need to figure out how do I get in front of those folks, right? And that's one of the things that I work on with entrepreneurs on a daily basis is they go through my program called Marketing Made Simple. It's a 90-day program, and we kind of put together, here's your entire marketing and business plan for the next 3 months, right? And it usually goes on beyond that. Then we meet every single week or every other week for 3 months, and we say, okay, exactly what are you going to be doing this week to drive your business, to get to those goals, to meet that? And it's incredibly important for folks. I do this with my coach, right? I do this for other people because being able to go back to a plan is essential to avoiding burnout. So I'll go back through those 5 tips for avoiding entrepreneur burnout again. Number 1 is take breaks. Number 2 is come back to your mission. Number 3 is have a plan. Number 4 is to bank your creativity. And number 5 is to have coaches and guides and mentors and peers that can help you when you're feeling uninspired. I hope this was super helpful. Leave me a note below. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you have any questions. I usually do this every single Wednesday. I will not be doing this next week. We're going on vacation next week. So I will be posting about that on all the social channels. So feel free to check those out. But I'll be checking messages if you guys have any questions for me. If you need a plan and a mentor to help you to get to that next level in your business, help you really get in front of a target audience, please give me a holler. I have this great program. I mentioned it before. It's called Marketing Made Simple. It's 90 days where we spend time together. We put together your entire marketing plan. You know exactly what to do every single day. You know exactly who you're talking to, what the key messages are, all of that. And then we'll meet together so that I hold your hand every single step of the way for the next 3 months. And we'll either meet weekly or every other week. and go through whatever you need. I'll either teach you how to do it. We can work together, right? If you're like, hey, I don't know how to write these emails, we can sit together and write your emails, whatever it is you need. And if you decide that you want to outsource to someone, I can help with that too. I've got a network of amazing partners that I can connect you with. I will help to make sure that they know your strategic plan, and then I'll continue to work with you past that to make sure that your vendors are on track, that your business plan is on track, that the metrics are really meeting what we chose to do in your plan. So if that sounds great to you, send me a direct message or head over to my website. It's didi.marketing, DI.marketing, and check out that program. And I hope you guys have a fabulous day. Mwah! Talk soon.